Hi, this is Jerry Kramer of the Super Bowl 1 and 2 champion Green Bay Packers. When I was throwing the block in the Ice Bowl in 1967, I thought back to everything Johnny B had taught me, and I applied the fundamentals properly, and I was able to move Jethro Pugh out of the way so Bart could score the touchdown to win the Ice Bowl. And it all is due to Johnny B. Thanks, Johnny B.
Thank you, Jerry Kramer. I'm glad he finally admitted that. That's great to hear. One of the Packers, and I can't get the Packers off my mind now because of the Liberace movie. I'm sorry. And you people apparently are not letting it go either, because you have sent me rosters of the 1939 team. Literally, you watch this Behind the Candelabra with Liberace and Michael Douglas as Liberace and Matt Damon as Scotty Thorson, a.k.a. Boober, his longtime lover who wrote the book and the story behind the Candelabra. And the one thing that just jumped out at me was this scene with Michael Douglas telling Matt Damon, Boober, Scotty Thorson, that his first lover was a Green Bay Packer.
You know, I am so sick of getting fan mail about my engagement to Sonia Henney. As if I would marry an ice skater, please. I mean, those thighs. No, I was a goner from my first time. He was a Green Bay Packer. He came to hear me play in one of my saloons. I mean, I couldn't miss him. The guy was the size of the door. That's how I lost my virginity. Isn't that romantic?
It falls from the pursed lips, of course, of Michael Douglas playing Liberace. So, this moment that he talks about where he met the Green Bay Packer, where Libby met a Green Bay Packer, occurred at the Wonder Bar in Wausau, Wisconsin, up north there, hey, in 1939. And they wrote that the football player, whoever it might be, became Liberace's first confidant and lover. Now, some people say, well, that's what Liberace was just telling, Boober, Scotty Thorson, what he wanted to hear. He thought, he said he was from Wisconsin. Scott Thorson was from Wisconsin.
All right.
And he said, well, yeah, I'll tell you a story. I first met a Packer. So because Liberace, they say, was a showman, and he would just say whatever he thought would work for the show. However, he did play that Wausau bar area that during 1939, far enough away from Green Bay to make it reasonable that a Green Bay Packer could risk a gay encounter without too much fear of being discovered.
Because they didn't think about it back then.
1939, there's no tweeting, there's no cell phones with cameras, there's nothing.
And if you're in a straight world, if you live in a straight world, there's no gay people.
No. Then I was sent the roster from 1939. The roster
Right.
for me to choose which one I think it was.
Which one is it, Johnny?
It's either according to this is the roster from 1939, and these guys who could have been in the Wonder Bar in Wausau. Okay, you've got. Let's see which one just strikes me. I'm going to go by the way.
Each person on that team now has a small cloud over their head.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, weren't you in Wausau at the Wonder Bar? Yes. You know that Liberace guy was in there. No, I don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't know. Okay. I'm just going to do this the way I would bet on horses. I'm going to read some names from the 1939 roster, right?
Yeah, I'll be able to pick it as soon as I can.
And as soon as I hear it, I'll say, that's the guy that Liberace lost his virginity to.
Right.
This guy right there. Okay, here's some names. Larry Craig. There was a gay senator, Larry Craig.
Well,
Buckets Goldenberg. These are not fake. These are for real names in the 1939 Packer roster.
Did you say Buckets Goldenberg?
Buckets Goldenberg. See, I want to stop there.
I know, but he's not in.
How
That's
about
not it.
Okay, but it gets weirder.
Liberace doesn't do Buckets Goldenberg.
Now, how do you know? But what I want to say about this is, though, I want to be clear. I'm not making these names up. These are names on the 1939 roster. You're clear on that, right?
Right.
Okay. Buckets Goldenberg, Larry Craig, Baby Ray.
Not the barbecue sauce.
Baby Ray. Come on.
The football players.
Tuffy Thompson. Dick Weisengerber.
Well.
Dick Zoll. Larry Bueller. Arnie Herber. Tom Greenfield. Or Milt Gattenbein. Oh, there's another one. And I went to college at Northwestern. Tiny Engebretson. Tiny Engebretson. He went to Northwestern. What?
You can have surgery to make that bigger.
Thanks, by the way, for the 1939 Packer roster. Now I'm going to be up all night thinking about this. Oh, man. I'm going to go with Tiny Engelbretson.
That's how I lost my virginity.
Check that movie out, Behind the